Welcome everyone to a awesome book review on Saga of the Beast. Now, anyone that's a fan of the channel, or anyone that follows us, that you know that there's two people on the channel that are going to benefit from this book more than ever. One being myself, being an orc player, and of course today I am being joined by the War Master himself, Tristan.
The War Master, he's not here today. The War Master's not here. It's the Wolf Lord.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my God.
It's the Wolf Lord. We're going to start calling you Ragnar when you're not playing Chaos.
Have you seen my hair? No, I wouldn't.
Well, look, it's one of those off days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone's affected by this dreaded coronavirus, so just want to put.
I've got it.
Well, I was going to say, we just want to put it out to everyone that if you are watching this in this time of sorrow and scary times there are, thoughts are going out to everyone at the moment that may have contracted the virus or who was just frightened of it. Because thankfully, myself, I haven't got it, haven't had it. But Tristan, however,
possibly.
Maybe.
We're not sure.
We're not sure.
We're not sure.
So this has kind of messed us up a little bit. So normally we would have a nice battle report coming out on a Friday. But instead, you're just going to have to deal with our ugly mugs. And we're going to talk about...
Yep.
We're going to... This one, we're just going to talk about purely about the wolf. And everything that the Space Wolves can bring. Now, Tristan's a really big Space Wolves player. He loves the Space Wolves. He loves the fluff. This is the man you talk to about wolves. And we've got him on the channel.
Hopefully.
And of course, the air compressor size is going to kick in right now.
Oh wow! You can never have too much air, eh, Darren?
Oh, goddamn, yeah. That's it. Everyone says I'm full of hot air, so
okay.
try not to die on us on this recording tonight, Trist. So let's talk about wolves.
You can't catch coronavirus through airwaves and electronic signals.
You sure it's not down through 5G?
It might do. It's so quick. I mean,
well, there you go. See, back at my mask on. Anyway, let's talk about the wolf. So you've got a brand new cool model that's now available for yourself. So let's talk about the big man himself, Ragnar.
Yeah, he's cool.
Ragnar the Wolf.
He's going to be popular. I reckon he's going to be in a lot of Space Wolf lists out there.
Talk to me. What makes him so good? What makes him an absolute beast for the wolves?
Well, it's weird because he's only got a wound more than he had before and a couple more attacks. But it's the fact that he has 10 flat attacks when he charges or is charged. Or when he intervenes. Mental.
And then stat-wise, what's he got? So strength 4, toughness 4. So nothing really changed on that side.
I think he's strength 6 with the sword, and it's -4, so it's cutting through most things. It's 2 damage, so
that's correct. Yeah. So the sword is +2. Is -4. That's friggin' awesome. So anything that's
attack, he's hitting on 2s. You know, you're probably gonna have another character nearby to reroll 1s. He rolls 1s for himself to hit. He lets other units reroll their charge within 6, which is good. So between him and Wolfen, you've got a couple of options to reroll charge. He lets other units pile in 6, which is really good. So it's good for claiming other objectives after a combat or piling into another unit and attacking again. It's quite strong.
So let's talk about that. So just that whole thing about piling in 6 inches post to 3. If you want to then try swamp an enemy unit to lock them into combat to go for next turn, that's going to really help.
Oh, it's great. Or if, say if I multi-assaulted multiple units and I'm out of range to pile in and attack, I'm getting double that range to get in again and attack again and just absolutely annihilate maybe a unit sitting an objective. And it's cool. It's cool. It's different.
You could really throw a lot of people off, right, with that.
Oh yeah, especially when he's surrounded by units and they're all doing it.
Oh mate, that's really cool because if I just think about the last tournament I've been to using the towel, I was making sure I was screening out 4 inches. So if anything could take that, do that shenanigans,
he could lock that down.
Yeah. So then all of a sudden I'm having to then screen 7 inches. That's a massive great gap in between.
It's massive, yeah. It's big.
That is really, really big. That's very, very powerful little powerful little
Yeah.
strats.
I mean, of course, he's strong on his own, and there's a stratagem called Touch of the Wild, so you can make his attacks explode. Well, that word explode on 4+, so on a 4 up you get more attacks.
That's
like on 4+.
So he's got 10 attacks on the charge. So is that all 10 attacks exploding?
Yeah, so you roll dice, any 4s. 4, 5, and 6 create additional attacks.
Wow.
And if you're in Assault Doctrine for Space Wolves, 6s create 2 hits, essentially.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. So there's going to be lots of extra attacks going on. And then he can attack twice, and then he can attack when he dies. But it's a lot of command points, but, you know, he's...
Yeah, but if you're going to get... Say, like, for instance, if you're going up against a orc horde, just him on his own can take out a big chunk of that squad of 30.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wow. That's really, really good. I'm like... But, of course, you're not going to have him up front. You're going to have the wolf going up first, aren't you?
Probably.
And then... Probably, I like that. Probably. What else have we got? So we got the 6 inches instead of the 3. Reroll
he's fairly fragile, but you know he's going to put the hurt out before he goes down.
Well, he's got 6 wounds.
Yeah.
6 wounds. Leadership 9. He's only got a 3 up save. But he doesn't have. Oh no, he does have a 4 up invuln.
Yeah.
That's good. Now that can be a real pain in its bottom on its own. So you've got 50-50 whether he's going to die or not. And that on its own is pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ,
he's a good character, and he's fairly cheap, so he will be popular choice.
How many points is he coming in at?
I think we're looking at 120.
Oh, okay. That's nothing, really, for what he brings to the table.
For what he can bring, no. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So yeah, he heads it up nicely.
That's awesome, dude. And he looks,
yeah.
and like the model itself is such a sexy, awesome looking model itself. It is just absolutely freaking crazy.
I know I'm probably biased here, but I go as far as to say maybe the best Primaris sculpt they've done yet for a character. It's just so good.
It's just a stunning pose where he's just sat up on that rock, like, you know, sword up there.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question for yourself.
Oh, here we go.
Ghazghkull and Ragnar, head to head.
Ghazghkull's going to win.
I was going to say Ghazghkull's going to win, because even with all those 10 attacks, he can only take 4 damage that phase.
Can. However, that doesn't discount psychic phase and shooting. Do you know what I mean?
So we're talking at the moment. So Ghazghkull has just met him up on the battlefield. So he's there. He's up on that rock. He's doing that heroic pose where he's about to come down. Ghazghkull's just like, as he's coming down with that dirty old blade, Ghazghkull's gone like out of his claw, just grabs him by his hand.
Dirty old blade.
Shake him around and do that whole Hulk thing where he just grabs him and just go. No, man.
I think if you're doing a fresh battle like that, it's Ghazghkull's going to win, isn't he? Unless you pass all your saves somehow, which I doubt you're going to do.
You
can't kill Ghazghkull in one round on your own.
You can't kill him on. No, you're right. He's going to be difficult. But that's something to talk about in the next video. That's something to talk about, because Ghazghkull is going to be a beast, but there are some downsides to that as well. Tristan's obviously given us a little tour of his bedroom.
Sorry.
That's all right. It's fine, sir. It's no worries at all. No worries at all. So let's talk a little bit more. So there's a couple of other little things that are brought into it. So I see in the book they brought the Wolf Priest in Terminator armor, and then just normal Wolf Priest. Has there been anything new added to those 2 units at all?
So they've added litanies to Space Wolves.
That's interesting.
Space Chaplains. So yeah, it's pretty cool. There's 6 litanies they know, and then if you're Battle Forged, you get the Space Wolf special one for free. I think it's called Lord of the Wolf. Kin and Lord of the Deeps or something like that. And essentially, it lets you have +1 damage against vehicles and monsters in combat. So
that's really cool.
Hammer Terminators could be doing 4 damage.
4 damage.
Yeah, if you get that litany off, yeah.
Wow.
It could be cool.
That's going to be a little interesting one then. So I'm just having a look through now. So they've put all the other stuff on.
Space Marine that they get, but the big one that stands out is the +2 to your charge.
So the rest of the units that are in, they've just been put into the new book. It's just pretty much everything that Space Marines have got at the moment.
It's the Vanguard stuff, yeah, but you know, I think they've got their place in the Space Wolves, so I think that's really cool.
Oh, of course, you got the Victus Warsuit. You didn't have that before, did you?
Not officially, but you know, I think they had it in an FAQ somewhere in an update, but it's nice to see it in a book.
And that's cool. This kind of makes it official now that they can actually have all those other cool units, which is really cool.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely cool. So let's go through to Lords of War. The Vanguard Warlord traits.
The Vanguard Warlord, so they're exactly the same as the Space Marine ones.
Really?
Hey?
Really? So nothing different on that at all?
No, there's nothing different other than updated for Space Wolves. I could see some little combos coming out, but there's nothing new there in terms of the Vanguard stuff.
Okay. So keep hold of those combos at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Because we're gonna touch base on that shortly. So next thing we're gonna go into is the strats. So let's run magic.
Together.
I've got some strats up on the screen, so you don't get to see our ugly faces. So we've got a couple of strats on there. So we've got some really cool ones in there. So what strats on there that you've seen that you like?
Well, obviously you've got all the ones from the Marine book that that everyone has access to. But there's some cool ones, that I think it's called Fury of the First, and it's been changed to be called Fury of the Champions. So it's for Terminators.
Yep.
It gives them +1 to hits. So, yeah, they're shooting hit on 2s. But what I'm talking about is if you've got a Terminator with fists or chain fists or thunder hammers, they're going to be hitting on 2s with combining up with the Hunter's Unleashed ability.
That's crazy, right?
But the hammers will be smacking you on 2s.
That is absolutely freaking crazy. Yeah, see, like the hammers, that's the ones you really want going in there. Because it's just flat 3 damage, isn't it, with the hammers?
Flat 3, and then if you've got the Wolf Priest litany on them, 4 damage against big stuff.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So that's going to pop. That's going to pop some stuff out quite nicely.
Yeah, it's cool. Another one that I like the look of was Counter Charge, and I did think this was coming. It basically lets any Space Wolf unit heroically intervene 6.
That's really cool.
So the Wolfen or Thunderwolf Cavalry, or even just Intercessors, or any unit you can think of can intervene 6, and you need to be, if you're playing in Space Wolf, you need to be switched on with that, because for one command point, it's going to get you. And
okay, that's pretty naughty.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That is really cool. So anything within 6 inches of it at the ends of the your opponent's...
it's in the charge phase, yeah.
Yeah, to end the charge phase, anything within 6. That's pretty naughty.
Big. It's strong.
But Wolves had something. What other units in the Space Wolves had it before? Didn't they have something else with the? Oh, it was the characters, wasn't it? It had the.
Wolves could do it within 6 inches. But now with a command point, any unit could.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's cool. Another one I like the look of. It's the first. I think it's the first strategy we've seen that doesn't cost the command point.
Doesn't cost the command point.
It's called Knowledge of the Foe. So every time your character kills a character, you get a command point.
Oh, right, yeah, I see that.
It's something to remember, something to play Obviously, you can't do it more than once per combat or a phase, because in match play you can't. But you could be racking up command points by killing characters.
Jesus, do you know what? You're right, because normally you have to spend a command point to get something in there. They normally do some form of shenanigans where you have to spend a command point at the beginning of the battle to put that on to a character or something like that. But this one specifically says nil command points.
So Ragnar doing Touch of the Wild, where his attacks explode on 4s, he'll kill that character and then get the command point back for free, basically.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's cool.
That is absolutely crazy. So you could do that. Could you do that? Oh no, it's only in the fight phase.
Yeah, it's only 5 phase, but
Oh, I was just thinking if that was in every phase, you could be really cheeky with that.
Oh yeah.
There's free command points back.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. That's awesome. So I'll grab one back in my shooting, one back in my psychic, but it's not. It's not. So just to clarify, it's not. It is only in combat only. But that's still really that's cheeky.
Very cheeky. There's another one called Vicious Executioners, and it applies to Wolfguard keyword units only. But to say if my unit of 5 Terminators or whatever was fighting your Orc Horde, on 6s to wound you, it's another mortal wound on top of the damage.
Oh, Jesus
Christ. They can really hack stuff down. Yes, it only applies to enemy infantry, but if it's great against, I don't know, anything you're in combat with that's infantry.
Well, I suppose in a way this is going to be what's going to deal with Horde, right?
Yeah. But even those annoying, those Necron units that have the invulnerable shield, sword and shield combo. Is it Trike Praetorians? Is it them, or is it the? The ones I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly which ones you mean.
Even other units with storm shields.
I can't even think of.
You're punching stuff with an invuln, and your mortal wounds are going straight through as well. So
even like characters as well, because they'll have most characters will have the infantry keyword. So anything that's got that cheeky little 2-up invuln,
extra
maybe.
Punch. Yep.
We don't know any models got a 2-up invuln, eh?
Exactly, but then if you stack that with Savage Fury or their Super Doctrine, 6s create another hit. So you're creating more hits, and that's more chances to create more wounds on the wound.
That's awesome.
It's cool.
That is so. I'm just wishing I had my Spaceball army fully painted, but I don't need to because we've got you, sir.
Exactly.
And we're going to have one epic battle report, right? As soon as this friggin' plague has lifted, and we have no chance of catching the dreaded disease that maybe Papa Nagel's been laying around for everyone to pick up.
Yeah.
Nagel's blessing.
I forgot to say before we did the stratagem, they've added Angels of Death for Space Wolves, so everyone's getting the bolt in, everyone's getting Shock Assault, and the Defenders of Humanity thing, which they already had. But they're just clarifying it all, and it's good. It's a good place to just collate it all. Going back to stratagems, the Thunderwolf Cavalry got a boost.
And what ones did they get for their boost?
So they've got Crushing Assault.
Oh yeah,
stratagem.
See that.
So when they charge, every model on a 2+ pumps out mortal wounds.
On a 2+.
Yeah. So say if I've got 6, roll 6 dice.
Okay.
So that gives them a little bit of a boost, makes it a bit more dangerous because people were like, oh, they only get a couple attacks, and they've only got chain swords. Oh yeah, you can pay the points for the hammers, which you probably would.
Yeah, sure.
But those extra mortal wounds just help,
Well, yeah, because that could be what, if you're going to get something like a knight or something like that, just to get that little chip off. Or even not so much the knight, but just like the irritating characters that you just need to pop off. Yeah, I like that. That's really cool.
And you can stack that with their Death Grip bites, because how Thunderwolf Cavalry work is the rider attacks and then the mount attacks.
Yeah.
And the mount does, I think it's strength 5, it's only -1 damage, but you can boost that up to 2 damage with Death Grip bite. And I think they have 3 or 4 attacks each, the mount, so you know, with shock assault as well, with extra attacks, and then if you're in the assault doctrine, so they're -2 damage with just the big doggos, you know. So they're going to be chomping stuff.
Mate, I love the old wolves on the dogs. I think they're friggin' awesome. What's that? There's that story, the audio book, where you got the.
Oh, is it Fenris?
Is it Thunder Wolves of Fenris? The one where they're going amongst the zombies.
Yes, Thunder. I think it's Thunder from Fenris. Yeah,
It's
a great book.
Such a cool audio book.
Yeah,
such a cool
really
one.
good.
As it's just marching across the frozen lake, and then the dogs they're so heavy, the lake just basically cracks open, and the wolf and the space wolf fall into the river itself. And of course, obviously, poor old the wolf dies, but the other dude gets pulled out, and he's gutted because his wolf's at the bottom of the lake, and he survives. And it's like
amidst the zombie horde.
Yeah, and that's it. And it's kind of like brings me back to like what's that? I Am Legend. Like you don't care.
Oh, look, you bring it back to the coronavirus again, Darren. What are you doing?
Well, you see, this has all got a theme. It's all got a link. But what I was going to say on that is like you don't care if the space wolf guy dies, but as soon as the dog dies,
no, it's the dog.
You get that heart wrenching feeling where it's like, oh, yeah, okay, and that's the bit that gets you, right? It's that little heart tugging bit. It's like the dog dies, and you don't want the dog to die, and it's gutting for him, absolute gutting. But if you haven't listened to that audiobook, I highly recommend you get that one.
Yeah, go listen to it. Go listen to it now.
Yeah, man, it's an absolutely cool friggin' audiobook. Hopefully I'll have a little picture or a link or somewhere on this video, just with the video itself. But it's such a cool audiobook. But there's also an add-on one as well, because as soon as you get to the end of that book, there's another little bit that kind of links back onto the back of that as well, because you've got this awesome epic battle, and it's just so cool. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to say what happens, because it just absolutely ruins it. I don't want to be that person that ruins it.
Yeah, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
No, I'm not. All I'm going to say is such an awesome book. Read it. Listen. The audiobook's absolutely cool. If you're doing some painting, just listen to it. It's just so cool. It's not very long, but it is such a cool audiobook. So, there's me going off on a fluffy little rant, because I love my fluff.
He loves fluff.
I love the storyline. I think the storyline on it is so friggin' cool. It's so cool. So, do we know why Ragnar went over to the Primaris? Do we know why he decided that it was time for the upgrade?
No. I don't know. It's been hinted, hasn't it, on the Games Workshop community that Ragnar almost died, or did die, from fighting Ghazghkull.
Okay, interesting.
So I think I cast my memory back to the community page. I think Ragnar pursued Ghazghkull. They had a big punch up. Ghazghkull walked away with a severed head. You can actually see in the model he's had his head sewn back on. And Ragnar had to be taken away by his battle brothers with a broken neck, massive rents in his armour and flesh. He loses an arm, and I think the way to save him is make him a Primaris Marine. And
Jesus. So who did
in what's called the Calgarian rites?
So who did Ghazghkull take the head off?
Ghazghkull got his head cut off by Ragnar.
Ghazghkull did?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But
wow.
Orcs don't die from a little flesh wound like that now, do they?
No, of course we don't. You silly little git.
Yeah. And I think they put that in the model. As you see, it's had it sewn back on. And he's been souped up. So
now I need to find the fluff. Before we talk about orcs, I need to try to see if I can find some fluff and just see if there's anything in there talks about that fight, or if there's anything in it about the why he's in that big suit. Because like Gaz has got bigger and bigger, but yeah, we need to find that. We need to find that out, because that's.
We do. I mean, I started listening to the audiobook today called Saga of the Beast, and it's the lead up to Ragnar finding Ghazghkull and him pursuing his destiny to fight him. Haven't finished it yet, but I'll let you know.
Okay, cool. I like the sound of that, sir. All the fluff, and I think me and you need to get together.
Love the story, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think we need to do some little videos with just fluff talk, fluff. Because fluff is always cool, right? So what else have we got, Trist? Fluff. Bit of old fluff. Like the fluff you find in your belly button.
Fluff you find in your orc button. What else have we got? Oh, going back to stratagems, Fenrisian wolves have had a little bit of a boost because, or cyber wolves, why not? And it lets them re-roll hits in combat if they're near. Near Thunderwolves or any Space Wolf infantry model.
Have they been? Was it on the community page? The models have been taken off.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not bothered because I have 75 of the little critters, but they.
I've got about 5 of them that I never built up.
Yeah. So
But do you know what? I want to see them. I want to see them bigger.
Even bigger.
Yeah, I want them to be like direwolf size. I want them to be big.
I mean, the models are actually. They're actually pretty big as they are. They're as big as a Space Marine.
Yeah, but I want them bigger than. I want them bigger than Primaris ones. I want them to be so like.
Bigger.
Yeah, I want them to be so like when these bad boys come marching across the table and a Primaris Space Marines facing these things. I want them to be like, ah, shit. Okay, that's not cool, man.
The Stormfang gunship or the Stormwolf flyer transport has been given a little stratagem, which is cool.
And what's that one?
I think it's called Storm Strike.
Storm Strike. Let's see if I can find it.
Yep.
Storm Strike, that's it, yeah. Use a stratagem in your shooting phase. When a Stormfang gunship model from your army is chosen to shoot with until the end of its phase, when resolving an attack made with the Hellfrost destructor by this model, add 1 to its hit, wound, and damage roll. Ooh.
Yeah. And now that gun has 3d3 shots, I think. Or 2d3, depending on which beam you go with. There's a multi-melter profile, so you're hitting on +1 and winning on +1. And more damage. So yeah, that's pretty good. For 1 command point, that is brilliant.
That's actually quite a cheap little. That's a cheap little command point, and that's
Yeah.
And of course, you've got that one back earlier because you've just taken off some character's head, right?
Yeah, exactly. You got one back, so I'll use that for free.
Some dirty little elder sat behind a building, and you just gone like that.
Some dirty little elder. We only came here to see the crystals.
I take your crystals and stick it up your butt. Mate, do you know what I'd like to see this list go up against? Actually,
Cool.
you know about John's horrible towel list that he had.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think you could put anything together that could put that into the ground?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking to the wrong. I'm not obviously not talking to the War Master today. I'm gutted.
Of course I could.
Good lad. That's exactly what I want to hear. I want to hear something that can stop all those horrible, naughty mortal wounds.
Yeah, I want to cut Bluefish people characters in half and have 3 command points back. That's what I want to do.
Damn right. And just think, once you get into all those tanks and that, you're going to be loving it.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about.
You can buy always seeking styles at my 3-up invans across everything. That's fine.
It's good, man. I like that. And that's going to be absolutely awesome. I think once John gets all those models painted up, I think we need to get a couple of battle reports in with one being a real hardcore, heavy battle report, where it's proper ITC, hardcore battle report. And then we do another one where it's you can't really have a fluffy towel battle report. I don't know sure what's going on with your camera, but this is Tristan just showing us his belly fluff. He's proper going into the fluff now. He's like,
get my cider.
Get your cider, is it, boy? Is that how the wolfin talk?
Yeah.
Hello, boy.
Darren, from playing Tau.
Yeah.
Do you know if there's a way of slowing down enemy movement?
No.
Okay. Cool.
You got nothing. Yeah. It depends really. If you play someone that knows Tau, so not playing me, playing someone that knows the Tau, then they might be able to deal with you. If you play someone that doesn't know Tau, then yeah, they're not going to expect it. You're going to just be all over him and just absolutely whooping butt.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah, I mean, that's the new stratagems anyway that we've gone through. There are some other ones, but they're all available to Space Marine stuff.
So nothing really new, nothing that we've actually seen that's different. It's just
I mean, there's Vengeance for the Machine Spirit, so you can either decide to auto-explode your Stormfang gunship, or shoot with one of its weapons when it dies. But that's just an update to the stratagem that repulsors could use and the Storm Raven. So that's a nice little addition.
Nice, cool, man. I like that. So litanies we talked about. Let's go through relics.
The relics are cool. I mean, I saw some people moaning online about them, but you know, the relics are, some of them are fluffy, and some are going to be fun, aren't they?
Sometimes
some will have more than you.
Sometimes the game's not all about who can smash who off the board the quickest, and the game was always designed about to have fun with your opponent. If you're writing, if you're going to a tournament, okay, cool. The idea is to rack up as many points and to get score points. For me, it's about doing that, but also having fun with your opponent at the same time. No one likes to go into that tabletop being whooped and they're not enjoying it. No, don't get me wrong, no one enjoys being whooped, but if you're being whooped in a way that it's not enjoyable, then it's not cool.
Of course not. But those relics, I'll certainly have some fun with those. I think the one that's people that hasn't been well received, I think it's the is it the Worm Splitter Axe? It looks quite good. I think it upgrades any normal axe. Say on that Primaris battle lead that you've got, and he's pretty bland. So if you give him that axe, it becomes +1 strength, -2 damage.
Well, the Wormbane. Oh no, Worm Splitter. Worm Splitter. Sorry, yes. So the Worm Splitter is +1 strength, -2 damage. Yeah.
And I think that's cool. And then against vehicles or monsters, it goes up to 4 damage. I mean,
that's good.
I mean, yeah, you're wounding on 5s, but so what? It's fun, and you'll have loads of attacks.
Yeah, man. That's still
that's really good.
But it's going to mean that every attack that you get through is going to count.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing.
So
everyone goes through.
Fun.
Yeah, I like that one.
I think it's a fun little relic, that.
But you're right. It's not going to be the first. It's not going to be the first relic you're going to go for.
No.
But I suppose with relics, you can choose them before your battle.
You can. And I just think, a lot of the Primaris stuff is quite fixed in what it does. And as I said, the battle leader, just with his axe, it does 1 damage, it's -2, wow. But if you give him that relic, he's a bit tasty.
All of a sudden he becomes a little bit better of a beast.
Yeah. There's the sword, I think, is it for the Rune Priest? Or is it for the... It's Frost Sword? I think it's only for a Rune Priest, but I don't know.
Got the Champion's Blade. Model with the sword, Mastercrafted Power Sword.
No, it's not.
Not that one. That is Champion's Blade. And then what else we got?
There's the little talisman. That's cool for the Rune Priest.
Talisman of Storms.
Yes. So within 12, I think every time you cast a successful psychic power, enemy units within 12 suffer mortal wound on a 4-up.
That's good.
It's quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really cool. If you get right in deep, if you get your Wound Priest right in there and doing what the wolves like doing, getting deep and dirty amongst the army.
Getting stuck in, yeah.
That's awesome, because that should be that little chip that he needs. Because then he casts. How many can he cast off? 1, 2, 3.
You can cast 2. I think you can cast 2. Yeah.
So potentially could be 2 mortal wounds.
Potentially 2 mortal wounds a unit if you're in. Yeah.
But that's cool. So then
I think that would be gone.
That's a Primaris Marine dead.
Pretty much. And I think if you put it on the Phobos Rune Priest, who can deploy out of deployment and get stuck in and, move in quite close, it's going to relic, that one.
Yeah, I like that one. So what was your thought of the Beaker's Helm?
That's quite cool. That's a nice little sting in the tail at the end of a combat. I think it's you finish your combat and then you roll. Was it a 2+?
Yeah, so it's after you have resolved the bearer's attacks in the fight phase, but before they consolidate, you can select one enemy unit within 1 inch of the bearer and roll a d6. On a 2+, that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds.
Yep.
If the ability destroys an enemy character and the bearer is your warlord, treat the bearer as having performed the deed of legend.
That's cool.
That is really cool.
So, like some sagas, which are your warlord traits, are hard to achieve. And if you have a particular deed of legend that's hard to do, and you kill a character with that helm, then it goes off straight away.
What's the deed of legend then?
So, all the Space Wolf warlord traits are called sagas, and if you achieve that saga, if you achieve the deed of legend, all your units get the benefit of the warlord trait as well. So, So the one that Logan Grimlight has is called Saga of Majesty.
Yep.
So it's a 9-inch aura of fearless, basically. If he achieves his deed of legend, the whole army gets it.
Is fearless really a big thing though with wolves?
No, but I'm just giving an example.
Yeah, sure.
There's another one. I think it's Saga of the Wolfkin, and it's +1 attack, and you have to kill 5 models to get that off. But if you just kill one character model with that helmet on, then everyone around him's getting +1 attack.
Yeah, sure.
You know, so it starts stacking up.
That's really cool, man.
So, yeah.
That's really, really cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that indeed. That's an awesome one. And then you've got the...
And it's like, you know, you're fighting a hard enemy, and it's like, oh god, I didn't kill him, and he's got 2 wounds left, and then you just do the little headbutt, and you go, oh, there you go, 2 more wounds.
It's like that cheeky little thing where at the end of the battle he's probably been being bear hugged, and you just kind of gone like, F it.
Right, yeah.
Straight down the nose. I like it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is, right? It's just that last little bit of an insult. It's like, get knotted. Straight down.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just see the enemy character's nose just peeing out of blood all over the place. And of course, if it kills it, it's just where the head's just smashed in and the skull's like all exposed with the brain just going everywhere, and the character just goes flopped back just from that awesome headbutt.
I love it.
God, I keep getting loads of notifications popping up on my phone. So above your face, there's just like loads of notifications popping up. Flying Scotsman liked your post. Stuart liked your post.
House party because we're all on lockdown.
Well, this is it, you see. This is the big thing. Since lockdowns happened, house party has been the thing, which is okay. It's cool, man. It's cool. But look, that's absolutely awesome. Anything else in there that we can see that could be cool?
The relics. I can't see them right now.
So we got the... I'll just have a look, see if there's anything in there. So you got the Adamite's Mantle.
Adamantium Mantle, I think that gives you a 5 of pain. That's quite cool.
Yep, that can be handy. Relic Armor, 5 up Invan, 2+ save. So that's Terminator armor, pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you could put that on a jump pack guy, couldn't you?
Yeah. Morky's Teeth Bolts.
Oh, I know how this works. This is cool. So basically, it causes a mortal wound when you shoot a unit with it.
Yep.
But then, it basically works as like a little town marker light. So you hit a unit with it,
yeah,
and then everyone else gets a real ones to wound against it. I think the whole army. Yeah,
that's naughty.
So you put that on a Phobos captain, he goes plink into a unit, and then everyone else gets a real ones against it. Brilliant.
That's kind of where he gives like the tail the finger, isn't it? Like, haha, it's not only you can do it.
Ding. There you go.
Right, lads, come on, quick. Yeah. Real aim! Fire!
One for others.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. That's cheeky. Yeah. That is really, really cheeky. And like people wouldn't expect if you got the fly like the Frostblade going around there as well, and you're like trying to target out like a knight or something cheeky like that.
Yeah.
You've already got the +1 to hit anyway with that cheeky strat, and then you kind of go, your captain pops out, and he's kind of like, he just pops out, he's like, yep, I see my little moment. Quick. Mate, that's absolutely awesome. I like that.
That's a fun little relic. We've never seen anything like that for Space Force, so that's cool.
I haven't seen any Marines have anything like that.
No, not like that.
No, people are not going to expect that. That's going to be like a little cheeky, like a little thing. Oh well, I get reroll ones on that unit. What? Yeah, man, that's awesome. You could proper throw people off on that as well, and that's absolutely crazy.
Especially if you build a bit of a shooty build. Yeah, it's quite cool.
So, did we have any point changes in this?
Not really. No, don't think so. The Wolfen are the same. That's what matters to me. No, not many points changes. No, other than Ragnar went up 20 points, but he's infinitely better.
I'm with you. No, look.
I think everything brought in line, just in the book, just so you know.
So at the end of this, what is going to be your new list? What you going to take away and go, actually, do you know what? This is going to be the thing for myself. This is how my list is going to go down.
I think I'd like to bring Thunderwolf Cavalry back to give a go, because those stratagems just boost them.
Yeah, sure.
Terminators as well, just Thunderhammers hit on twos, just making me dribble.
You don't really see Terminators that lot.
You don't. And I think with Space Wolves, I think you're going to have to play aggressively. And the fact they can outflank and stuff, you can get +2 to your charge with the Wolf Priest. We reroll charge from Ragnar or Wolfen. I think Terminators could be good.
Yeah, I like that.
But I'm going to bring back some older units, but I'm looking to add in Cursors as well, because they're cheeky. They're a good troops choice.
And what makes them good for you?
I think they're good. So their bolt guns ignore cover.
Yep.
They ignore any penalties to hit.
Yep. Which is cheeky.
So for me, already that's like them sort of sensing their enemy. They're sniffing them out. They can deploy out of deployment zone.
Yep. Which is good.
Yep. So obviously they're space. They've got good bolters. They're going to be -1 in the doctrines. When they charge you, they hit on 2s. They've got little combat throwing knives which explode on 6s, which then again stacks with the Legion trait. Sorry, the Chaps trait, and then the the Super Doctrine. So 6s to hit creates another hit on top, and with their knives as well, there's going to be loads of attacks. It's going to be great.
That's just crazy how many attacks.
It's going to be buckets of attacks. Yeah.
God, I'm hoping the Orcs have got some love.
The Orcs are interesting. I like it. I mean, I think their codex is up there anyway.
Oh mate, I love the Orcs. There is so many cool things with the Orcs, and I can't wait. We talk about the Orcs because there's so many cool things in there. It's absolutely awesome. Anyway, I think we've pretty much covered the Wolves now, haven't we? There's not much.
Yeah, we've done a little taster. There's obviously more, but we'll do that as we go along.
Yeah, I think once we'll do a couple of weeks. Do a couple of weeks. Wait and see the FAQs that drop, because as always, there's always FAQs that drop.
Yeah, it's a dust to settle.
Yeah, so we're waiting for the FAQs to drop and see what comes off the back of it. If you're watching this back, you like what we do, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It does help us out massively. We do appreciate it as well, and please drop some comments down below as well, because comments are friggin' awesome. We feed off those comments, and they are absolutely cool.
Absolutely.
If you'd like to support the channel a little bit further, we offer a Patreon service, and that Patreon service is down below. As time goes on throughout the year, there's going to be some cool things coming off the back of it. We've also got some other cool things that me and Tristan have got planned that's going to be coming out later on in the year that we're really, really excited to talk about a little bit more about that. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting time for Twisted Dice. The boys are behind us. We're going to have some fun. We've got some cool battle reports planned up. As soon as the Plague Father has released his plague and Gilliman's come in and sorted it out, we're going to be back on fire, and we've got me and Tris are going to have such an awesome battle report lined up for yourself. Question is, do you want to see a competitive battle report, or do you want to see a narrative battle report? Drop some comments down below, because that's what we need to know. Tell us what you want, tell us what you like, and then we would love to fulfill those needs. Anyway, that's enough for me and Tristan. And we're going to catch you very, very soon on another review.